Welcome to Kung Fu Habit number 2. So, sorry, we're going to do Apache Chief for your happy Native American Heritage Month. And we're going to give it to you from the Wikipedia site. Apache Chief is a Native American superhero from the various Hanna-Barbera Super Friends cartoon and the DC comic book of the same name. He was one of the newer heroes, along with Black Vulcan, Roma of the Jungle, El Dorado, and Samurai. Now, I don't know Roma of the Jungle, so I'm going to have to take a look at her because I don't remember her. Okay, I still don't remember her, but she came out in 1974. I was like 1. So, I'm pretty sure that's why I don't remember her. Anyway, um, in the case of number of non-white characters in the Super Friends ranks, the visual looked like the characters needed to create a cartoon. Alex Toth was the designer of the superheroes for Hanna-Barbera and begins in 1960. The voice of Michael Ray and appearances of Regis Cordorak. Anyway, y'all can Google that. So created by Hanna-Barbera, not DC. So that's where the confusion will come in when a lot of people don't know who the hell Apache Chief is. But Apache Chief was created mostly by Hanna-Barbera. And they did this as a way to fill in the gap of racial stuff because there was no real Native American heroes being pushed by any comics at that time. If they were, they didn't make it past their maiden mission. Yes, that was a stab. I'm sorry. I was really mad that Thunderbird didn't make it past his maiden mission. Anyway, so his abilities: size alteration, clairvoyance. I don't know how to say these words, so I'm going to spell it out for you. OMNILINGUALISM. Now, when y'all figure that out, you let me know. I might have to copy and paste that and figure out how to say that myself. He's a tracker and a survivalist. Matter of fact, let me do that. So when this video is over, I can Google that. Anyway, in Challenge of the Super Friends series, Apache Chief was seen in every episode except for one, but had spoken lines in only 9 out of the 16 episodes of the series. His archenemy was the Legion of Doom and Giganta, who was originally an enemy of Wonder Woman. And in some cases, Giganta used to be a giant ape made by Grodd, the genius. Let's go to her real quick. Blah 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 blah. 1944. Blah blah blah. And I think she was retconned. Dorzul. Yeah, so it has her species metahuman post-crisis, involved gorilla pre-crisis, evolved gorilla pre-crisis, Gorilla City, Justice League, Secret Society, Villains Incorporated, Secret Six, Legion of Doom, Female Fury, Suicide Squad, size manipulation, superhuman strength and durability, genius level intellect. Now see, when I knew of Giganta, she was not evolved gorilla. Alright? And I knew this was not supposed to be a Giganta comic, but I went there. So I'm going to go back to Apache Chief now and go to his fictional biography. And we're going to finish this video with me doing some talking after I read the bulk of this shit. Apache Chief's origin is shown as a recording in the episode of History of Doom. Thus, while still a young brave, he went on a walk with a Native American elder who was also his mentor. The two men quickly encountered attacking by a grizzly bear, but the elder recognized that the youth brave might have already been tested, and such gave the young man his pouch with a special magic powder, which amplified his thoughts and his abilities in 100-fold. The young man resolved a super strong brave, heeding the elder's advice, for whatever his mind at the time thinks will be amplified by the power. So upon sprinkling the powder on him, invoking the magic phrase, he grows 50 feet in size. Becoming stronger and braver, he disposed of the bear without violence, proving that he has passed the test. However, a girl on horseback, that would be Giganta, by the way, um, riding, witnessed the entire affair, hoping to use the powder to become a big and famous. So she used her lasso to steal the pouch, despite the elder telling her that her thoughts were evil and she would use the magic powder and on herself and become the evil Giganta, proclaiming the medicine man was right. The Apache chief, your 50 feet, and for the good now matched by the 50 foot of evil. Alright, we're not going to go into that. Other versions, in the comics, somewhat similar characters called Manitou Raven was created in homage of him. He joined the Canalio JLA, and both Manitou Raven and his widow, Manitou Dawn, has been shown using a nunchuck as a casting spells or invoking powers. I don't know Manitou Dawn. And of course I don't, because there's no picture of her. She came out in 2003. By then I'm pretty solidified that I was only going to be reading Marvel by then. Go back, motherfucker. Manitou Raven. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this guy, but I wish they had a better picture. I really wish they had a better picture. Like, really. This dude's a sight. So, I'm sorry for you DC comic fans. I'm sorry for natives. But this is him. I don't know who he is. Again, he came out in 2002. So, his alternate ego is Raven. He has no other name. But somehow or another, Manitou Raven is shouts a nunchuck and casts spells, as a reference to Joey Kelly, to Apache Chief from the Super Friends. Alright? So we got that understood. His wife, Manitou Dawn. I'm pretty sure I'm saying this wrong, so I'm going to just spell that for y'all. Manitou. Dawn. DAWN. Her powers are magic user, wielder staff, cleaver, from the universe. And I forgot what Manitou, whatever the hell his name is, Raven. His powers is magic user, weaver staff, and cleaver from the universe. So apparently they have the same shit. Anyway, back to the Apache Chief thing. Let me click on this Giganta thing. Oh, that's Wonder Woman, motherfucker. Okay, back on the Giganta thing, because that's going to be what I'm going to do after this. I'm also going to give you guys a bonus video, since I remember what the hell it was I was going to do. Has something to do with Native Americans, though. Apache Chief. The fact that they could not give him a real name. The fact that they could not give him a real superhero's name. Because just like I said about the Apache Kid and Marvel dropping the ball, DC dropped the ball. Or should I say Hanna-Barbera really dropped the ball because they named him Apache Chief. They couldn't name him anything but Apache Chief. They couldn't find some Native American to counsel and ask them, what's a good Apache warrior name? And I mean, you really couldn't use Geronimo because he was a historical figure, but for all medicinal purposes, you could have gave him any name but Apache Chief. Now see, Warpath, and Thunderbird have legendary code names off of legendary deities. They are also Apache. Now, Warpath technically, his name is not a deity. His name is like something that natives did. They went on the Warpath. Thunderbird is named after a deity, but their real names are James and John Proudstar. Danny Moonstar's code name was Mirage for a long time before she became a Valkyrie. She also had another code name, but I can't remember. But Apache Chief as a code name, and Apache Chief has no no name. He literally has no name, no alter ego, no anything. And when you Google him, it will just say created by Hanna-Barbera, Metahuman Species, Super Friends Justice League. But he has no freaking biological name. He has no name. And it goes to his powers, and it goes to other things where I named it MI guy, whatever the hell his name is. But they don't have him with an actual name. Now that kind of hurt my feelings because I'm like, okay, damn near every native in Marvel, with the exception of the Apache kid. Well, nope, he even had a real name, and he was not even really Apache. They don't have like tribal names. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? I mean, like they don't. Apache Chief didn't have a real name. Could have named him John for all that, but they didn't give him a name. Not a first name, not a last name. They only knew him as Apache Chief. Even in the flashback that I read about him and Giganta, he still didn't have a name, which made no sense to me. And as a kid, you don't recognize shit like this when you're watching the cartoons because you're like, hey, that's an Apache. He's Apache Chief. And there's no even telling if Apache Chief was actually the chief of a tribe. You just knew he was like a mystic man, but that's it. And I feel that DC should really collaborate with Hanna-Barbera and like, yo, why does the guy not have a real name? Why did we not like take a page from Marvel and give this man a real name? I mean, he's from a legit tribe with the name Apache Chief, so they could have went to some Apaches and asked them, what is a good name to name this cartoon character who represents your people? They didn't do any of that. And to top it off, DC has the rights to him now, and he still doesn't have a name. I just wanted to point that out. So that being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you, and thank you for your time. There will be a bonus video on Native American stuff.